This is Craig Haugard with your Financial Issues Ag Update for June 2nd. The corn market exploded higher on Tuesday, driven by forecasts for warm and dry weather conditions across the Midwestern portion of the U.S. Prices drew additional support from strength in the wheat market, as well as from the Brazilian corn crop, which continues to suffer from extended periods of drought. The weekly export inspections added some strength. They came in at a very solid 80.7 million bushels. After the close, the crop progress report pegged the corn crop at 95% planted, with 81% of the crop having emerged. The soybean market traded higher on strength in the vegetable oil markets. Prices drew additional support from weather worries for the newly planted crop. Forecasts suggest a warm, dry outlook for the Midwestern portion of the U.S., and some areas are potentially going to see temperatures in the 90s or above by this coming weekend. Speaking of the crop, it's now 84% planted, with 64% emerged as we continue to run well ahead of the 5-year average planting pace. The wheat market screamed higher as traders reacted to adverse weather conditions. Some areas in the northern plains were nipped with a bit of a frost, while areas of the southern plains remain really quite too wet. 97% of the spring wheat crop is planted, but the weather is causing the crops to struggle, with only 43% of that spring wheat crop rated as good to excellent. Winter wheat is a little better off, with 48% rated as good to excellent, and 79% of that winter wheat crop is now headed out. Cotton futures had a good session and posted solid closes in both old and new crop futures. At the close, the December futures were up 149 points as they closed at 84.81. The cotton crop continues to track right with the 5-year average pace, as we now have 64% of the crop planted, with 6% of the cotton squaring. Livestock futures were mixed. At the close, August live cattle were $2 lower, while August feeder cattle were down $2.20 at the closing bell. Lean hog futures managed to post a higher close, the July futures finishing 30 cents higher for the session. Class 3 milk futures continued to slip. At the close on Tuesday, we had July futures trading 17 points lower, settling at $17.87. Meat cutout values were all higher yesterday. Choice box beef was $3.59 higher, closing at $334.56. Select boxes were up $5.55 as they settled at $306.45. Pork carcass cutout values were a bit stronger as well, finishing 53 cents higher, ending the day at $127.12 per hundredweight. This has been Craig Haugard with your Financial Issues Ag Update. We'll be right back with more financial issues after this.